Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to one and all. We are on page number 44, chapter number 6, Population, Social Science 2, Geography. I am on the verge of completing this chapter. Chapter 6 is on the complete today itself. Last topic of this particular chapter is your literacy rate. That means how many people are educated, how many people are learned, how many people are well trained with skills and education aspects. Figure 6.7, page number 44, literacy rate on your y-axis showing you the percentage, and on your x-axis is telling you the year according to 1981, 91, 2001, 2011, and before the publication of this book it was 2016. Literacy rate simply means how much of the percentage of people are educated in the country of Brazil and the country of India. In 1981 it was 40.8%, in Brazil it was 74.6%. In India it was, in 1991 it was 48.2%, in Brazil it was 80%. Again in India 2001 it was 61%, Brazil 86.4%. India 2011 had 69.3%, Brazil had 91.4%. The latest 2016 is telling you India with 72%, whereas Brazil has 92% of literacy rate. On the whole, if you check out, India is yet far more behind Brazil. First and foremost drawback is the abundance population. India 130 crores plus, Brazil has just 19 crores in hand. India has 382 people living in 1 square kilometer area, whereas Brazil has just 23 people living in 1 square kilometer density of population. Again, sex ratio of India is always the male have outnumbered the female. Female ratio is approximately 923, 33, 43 out of 1000 males. But in the country of Brazil it is vice versa, totally changed. Every 1000 male has more than 1000, 20, 30, 40, and latest 2011 census is telling you they are having 70 more females than males in the country of Brazil. Then we move on to the age and sex pyramid. Again here India is behind the Brazilian population, Brazilian sex ratio, male female age wise also. The Brazilian people live up to 80 years, whereas in India it is just about to 63, 64 years only. Then we move on to the next graph on page number 42 showing you the population growth rate. Here India is having a population growth rate is yet high, whereas the population growth rate in Brazil has been decreasing, and a time may come where the population of Brazil may decrease also from 19 crores to even less than that. But if it happens in India, it will be a benefit or advantages or meritorious for the people of India itself, because India, the life expectancy is also increasing slowly and steady. The life expectancy in 1960 of India was just 41 years, and it has risen right up to 68 in the year 2016. Whereas in Brazil it was in 1960 it was just 54 years of age of life expectancy in Brazil. Now in 2016 the age has risen to 75 years in such a manner. Now finally with the literacy rate, that means the educative value of every country in that way, where if you study it in such a similar manner, 6.2 figure, page number 44, telling you what the education rate is there in such a manner. In 1981 in India it was 40.8, Brazil was 74.6. 1991 India was 48.2, Brazil was 80. 2001 India was 61, Brazil was 86.4. Again in 2011 census in both the countries, India was 69.3, whereas Brazil was 91.4. And again according to 2016 in India it was just 72.2 and Brazil was 92.6. But here you will find that India is much far behind than the country of Brazil. If you refer to various figures 6.3, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6 and 6.7, if you refer to all these figures, all the graphs in such a manner, you can answer to the question that I given in the box out here. Which country has a higher sex ratio? Obviously India is lacking in sex ratio because India is having just 943 females per 1000 males, whereas Brazil has 170 females per 1000 males. Which country has a higher literacy rate? Again, Brazil is much ahead than India. According to 2016, there is a difference of 20%. In India, it was 72.2 in the year 2016, whereas in Brazil, it was 92.6. That is just more than 20% of Brazilians have educative values, or literacy rate is much higher in the country of Brazil. Which country is growing faster? Obviously India is growing faster in the manner of population, increasing every 10 years by at least 10 to 10 crores, whereas in Brazil the population is stable, has been stabilized, has been constant, and it is yet maintaining a good 19 crore population in that manner. Which country's population has a higher life expectancy? Here the life expectancy of Brazilian people is more than that of the Indian people. Then which country has a higher proportion of old age people? Again, India is again back in old age people. India is having less old age people and more old age people are there in the country of Brazil. If you refer to 6.4 of your graph, you can see the age and sex ratio of the male and female in the country of both Brazil and in India. That means all the answers are there in the figure 6.3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 of your page number 44. Then you have Census of India conducts enumeration of population every 10 years. That means one 10-year or one decade is called a census. In calculation it's work in that way. Similarly in Brazil, Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics carries out census every 10 years. The first census survey of both the countries was carried out in 1872. In India, census is conducted at the start of the decade 1961, 71, 81. Brazilian census is conducted at 1960, 70 in that way. So, if you have any doubts, any queries, any problems, any questions, anything not understood to you, you're most welcome to call me. You can chat me on WhatsApp, on Telegram, or yet you can refer to various other reference books, encyclopedias or Wikipedias, or refer to the map. And remember, most important thing is your assignment that I've been giving you every time and reminding you all the way around. And in that way, you may be asking me that, dear sir, there is one map is less. So one map is also there on page number 48. The green box on page number 48. I've given you the assignment also. Assignment I've given you of 22 maps. 22 maps are there, and according to printed maps are 21, and one map is on page 48, green box if I am not mistaken, page number 48, green box. So that will be your 22 maps, India and Brazil together. Remember, again and again I am telling you, all this assignment, all this work consists of 10 marks, which is internally I will be giving you internal assessment in that way. And if you do not complete your work, you will be losing your 10 marks in such a manner, and 10 marks means you lose 10% in your subject of social science 1 and 2 together, and in such a way you will lose a lot of its work in such a manner. Any doubt, any queries, any questions, you are most welcome to call me, chat with me, and please subscribe to the channel, share the channel, like the channel, and I would request everyone to view and see the video. And please, if you have any queries, if you have any doubts, if you have any problems, please ask me everything as and when required. Remember, always keep your textbook open when you ask me your questions, so that I can answer you as and when required by looking into your textbooks. Thank you. Jazakallah.